Hey, what's up everybody? The August leaks are here, and in this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know for the month of August. I'll go over all of the events, all the selection box, pickup capsules, all the new Tsums, and which Tsums you should be looking out for. So let's get into it and take a look at the two events that we have. So first we have our monthly event, and that's going to be the Tsum Tsum flowers and gifts. This event will have a total of 5 areas, and essentially what you'll be doing is you're going to be delivering flowers and gifts to other princesses that's in the game. And if you're able to finish the entire mission or all of the missions and all of the areas, you will be gifted a platinum pin. You don't need to get the platinum pin to get the skill tickets either, so all you need to do is get to the gold pin and you'll be able to get the skill ticket. The next event is the sticker book event. And this one is a little bit unique. You will need to get one of the new Tsums from the month of August in order for you to play it. So if you want to participate in the sticker book event, then you definitely need to get at least one copy of one of the new Tsums, which could be difficult if you are just starting out because you're going to have a lot of options to get from the premium box. But hopefully in the lucky time, you'll be able to get at least one copy of a new Tsum. And honestly, the sticker book event, it is really worth it. The missions are not too difficult. It's really about just getting a new Tsum in order to participate in it. Even the hard cards or even the super hard cards aren't necessarily that difficult. As long as you invest a little bit of time into it, you'll be able to get a new Tsum. And by the way, if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I do monthly leaks, reviews Tsums, go over the selection box, the pickup capsules, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your subscription really helps me out a lot. And thank you to all of those who have already subscribed and been commenting on the videos. Oh, and by the way guys, starting the month of August, I'm not going to break up all of the game demonstrations for the new Tsums. So instead of doing skill level 1, 2, and 3, and then skill level 4, 5, and 6, I'm actually going to try to combine all 6 of the skill level into one video. I haven't decided on the format just yet, but I'm trying to do that in hopes to give you guys the information quicker and just to be more helpful that way versus you having to watch multiple videos to determine if you want to level up the Tsums or not. So if you're interested in seeing that, again, subscribe. I'm going to have a lot of these game demonstrations video like this going forward. Okay, so let's take a look at the new Tsums that we're going to have in the month of August. And for this month, there are going to be a total of 5 new Tsums. And it's going to be an exciting one. There's going to be a lot of charm Tsums and a lot of princesses. So if you're into getting princesses and want to just collect a bunch of charm Tsums, then this is going to be your month. And also we're going to have Avatar. This is a brand new series into the game. We have not gotten any Avatar Tsums yet, so these two are going to be the first ones. I'm assuming that their animations are going to be really amazing, so hopefully it won't be disappointing. So if you are trying to get one of the Charm Princess Tsums, they're going to be released earlier in the month. And actually, they're going to get released at the end of July. And you'll have until the end of day on August the 6th to try to get one of the Charm Tsums. But if you are trying to get the Avatar Tsums, they're going to come a little bit later in the mid of the month. But if you miss getting one of these Tsums, don't worry. At the end of every single month, you'll have an opportunity to try to get one of these Tsums during lucky time. So their odds are going to be boosted. So if you miss it during the earlier bits of the month and you decide to want to get them later on, you still have a very last opportunity at the end of August to try to get one of these new Tsums. So let's take a look at the 3 new Charm Princess Tsums, and actually I should probably call them Flower Tsums because they're all going to be flower themed. They just all happen to be princesses as well. So the first one is Flower Snow White. And all 3 of these new Tsums, by the way, are going to be limited edition, meaning that they are going to go away at the end of the month. And they're all going to be charm Tsums as well. So let's take a look at Flower Snow White first. So Flower Snow White's ability description is that she's going to clear all these Tsums in the center area. So usually for these center burst Tsums, they're pretty good. They're not necessarily going to be amazing, but we'll see what it looks like because sometimes the description isn't necessarily fully clear. We'll have to really look into it once the Tsum gets released. Next, we have the Charm Flower Cinderella. And the ability description for Flower Cinderella is Cinderella Tsum shines for a short time and clears surrounding Tsums when connected. So it's one of those Tsums where you still need to do a little bit of work during the ability time. These are typically Tsums that I don't favor. I really like burst Tsums. I don't really like connecting Tsums, but we'll see how that one goes. The last one for the Flower series is Flower Aurora. She's also going to be a charm Tsum as well, and she's going to be a bubble maker. Her ability description is magical bubble appear at random. So she's likely going to be a really good bubble maker, but we'll see if she could supersede Charm Ariel. Charm Ariel is usually my go-to bubble maker, so we'll see if Flower Aurora is better. She is also a Charm Tsum, so it's possible. Moving on to our avatars, and these two avatars are also limited edition, meaning that they're gonna go away after August. They eventually will come back in the selection box, but it could be a while before they come back. So if you really want one of these new Tsums, this month is going to be the time. Alright, so let's take a look at Jake Sully, and Jake Sully is going to clear random Tsums. So clearing these random Tsums are typically very standard, or you're going to get a very consistent gameplay. They usually clear the same amount of Tsums and don't really need to set up or anything like that. So it's going to be a very easy Tsum to use for beginners. So we'll see how this one goes. Likely it's going to be an average Tsum, but there could be additional abilities that happen in the middle as well. So we'll see. Next we have Neytiri. And Neytiri's ability description is clears diagonal line of Tsums. And these are very generic descriptions. Usually for these diagonal line Tsums, there's going to be more than just that. Sometimes there's like double diagonal or vertical with some diagonal or some zigzags. So I'll give you more on this Tsum when it comes out. So again, subscribe if you haven't. I will do game demonstrations for all of these new Tsums. So definitely stay tuned. Okay, so let's take a look at the first selection box that's going to come out. So like any other selection box, there's going to be a total of 12 Tsums. And in this first selection box, we do have a pair Tsum, and that's Mike and Sully. But if you're not necessarily going after a pair Tsum, you have other options like Fabulous Lightning McQueen, Parade Snow White, Scheming Pete, Jafar Genie, Parrot, Jose Carioca, Sadness, Sisu, Yzma, Jafar, and Nemo. So honestly, like in this selection box, it's nothing too amazing. If you need a fever Tsum, then go for Parade Snow White. If you like a pair Tsum, Mike and Sully. But everything else is mediocre, so I would recommend you to save your coins and not invest in this selection box unless you need a Start Fever Tsum, or if you want a pair Tsum, which is Mike and Sully. And as for the second selection box, this one gets a little bit more interesting. There are some good Tsums in this second selection box. There's no pair Tsum in this one, but there are some that you might want to invest in. So let's go into the 12 that's available. The first one is going to be Princess Jasmine. Then you have a Charm Piglet, a Charm Owl, Henry, Land of the Dead, Miguel, Happy Mike, Tiana, Joy, Raya, Rafiki, Captain Hook, and Judy Hops. So the three that I'm really excited is actually the three that's being promoted. Princess Jasmine's going to be really fun to use, and also she's pretty decent for coins. And then the other two are pretty good as well. Charm Piglet is going to be good for coins because she's a Charm Tsum and gets a lot of coins. So both Princess Jasmine and Charm Piglet are going to be for coins. But for Charm Owl is going to be good for bubble making. So if you need a good bubble maker, Charm Owl is also another good option. We do have a lot of good bubble makers for this month, so we'll have to see which one's the best. Charm Owl is not the best bubble maker, but it is up there. I would say like top 3 top bubble maker. My favorite is still Charm Ariel, but we'll see if this month's new Tsum is going to supersede that. So out of the 12, I think those 3 are probably the only ones you want to invest in. Otherwise, save your coins. Moving on to the pickup capsule, and the very first pickup capsule, we have 2 copies of Ninja Mickey, 3 copies of Horn King, 1 copy of Royal Minnie, 3 copies of Duchess, 3 copies of Timothy, and 3 copies of Cruella de Vil. So out of this pickup capsule, I would say get Royal Minnie and also Horn King. Those 2 are really good Tsums to have. Royal Minnie because it's a very rare Tsum to get. It's really a collector's item, so she's not going to come around very often, and she also has a low max out skill level. I think she maxes out skill level 3, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then also Timothy is good for bubbles as well, but because Timothy is not a limited Tsum, and if you don't have 450,000 coins saved up, then I would say just aim for Royal Minnie and the 3 copies of Horn King, and then the rest of them you could skip. But as always, if you have the 450,000 coins saved up already, you should always clear these pickup capsule, because at the very end you will get the last prize, which is the skill ticket. And skill tickets are very rare, so make sure to try to clear these pickup capsules and save up at least 450,000 coins when these pickup capsule comes around, and you could clear them. Okay, moving on to the second pickup capsule. And this one's kind of interesting. There's really nothing out here that really stands out except Boo. But let's take a look anyways. So you got 2 copies of Monsters University Randy, 2 copies of Mulan Warrior, 2 copies of Dr. Hamsterville, 3 copies of Boo, 3 copies of Mulan, and 3 copies of Queen of Hearts. Yeah, so the only one that's really worth it here is Boo. Boo is really a good bubble maker, a big Tsum maker, good coin earner, and good scorer. Again, not amazing. Oh, actually, she is amazing for making big Tsums, but the rest of the categories not amazing. But the doors that you can select from, you do have a variety of play methods when you're using Boo. You can either go for big Tsums or high score or earn a lot of coins. It's really up to you. So there are different strategies when playing Boo. But the rest of them, I would say skip it. Dr. Hamsterville is okay. But if you don't have 450,000 coins saved up, just try to get Boo. And then the rest of them you could skip. And again, get the skill ticket if you can. So that's my review for the month of August. And honestly, this month was kind of what I expected. We had such a strong month for the month of August. There were a lot of good Tsums where it could be a top coin earner, a pair Tsum, or a good for mission Tsum. There was a lot going on for the month of July. So usually these cycles happen where an amazing month happens where there's a lot of Tsums that everybody wants, and then the following month it slows down a little bit, allowing players to collect coins and just save up for the following month. So for this month, I would say if none of the new Tsums are any good, definitely save your coins. The only ones I'm really excited about for this month are the new Tsums that are coming out, and also Royal Minnie, because she's a collector's item and I don't think I have her maxed out yet. So I do look forward to collecting more Tsums that I don't have, and also looking at the new Tsums that are coming out. But the rest of them, honestly, not exciting. There's no top coin earner here. You could get Boo for bubbles and for big Tsums as well. But for the rest of them, just skip it. Just save your coins for this month. It's going to be a slow month, but hopefully when September comes around, there's going to be something more exciting. So that's my review for the month of August. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and at least found it helpful or entertaining. And if you guys would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.